Veteran Salute is sponsored by the Devon James Injury Lawyers.
He spent most of his 22-year Air Force career based out of McConnell.
Dave Swinson was also deployed to the Middle East a half dozen times. Jason Lamb introduces us to him on this week's Veteran Salute.
Master Sergeant Dave Swinson found a role in the Air Force as a combat arms instructor, training soldiers, police, and even the FBI. He was trained in teaching combat arms at Lackland Air Force Base before being assigned here to McConnell. Swinson's first job was in the field as a bomb tech before he was reclassified and found his calling.
So then I went into combat arms, which was my job I had basically my entire career. They're the people that teach you how to shoot the rifle and do marksmanship training. You qualify pretty much anybody that's deploying or going overseas. Probably 90% of the training was the pistol and then M16 or M4 carbine.
He spent 6 years training soldiers at McConnell before being sent to a new duty station in Korea. Then came the first of 6 deployments.
The first one was in UAE, United Arab Emirates. It was pre-9/11. Then I went to Iraq in 2003, and then we were basically the first Air Force on the ground in Iraq during the war.
Swinson says he landed in northern Iraq.
And they put us on cattle trucks and drove us to Kirkuk, and it was pretty weird. The pucker factor was up there because we didn't have any communications with anybody.
He ended up at Camp Bucca, which was an internment facility. During his second tour to Iraq, Swinson was a squad leader for a patrol team.
I ended up getting hurt during that. Messed up my arm pretty good. I think it got dislocated. It was a rollover, and my gunner got thrown out of the vehicle, and it wasn't good. He ended up getting his arm amputated, and he had 15 to 20 surgeries to get his face back to semi-normal, so it was a rough time.
In 2006, Swinson was deployed to Qatar as a squad leader. Then after a short break, he was sent back to Iraq for a third time.
LSA Anaconda / Balad. I was basically a squad leader again. My main job when I was working was I was pretty much a mortar chaser. We had indirect fire when they're shooting rockets and mortars at us, and I was the one that stood over them and gave them the degrees and to impacts to tell them where they were shot from. After that, came back, and then in 2010 was my last trip. Went to Afghanistan.
In Afghanistan, he was in charge of the logistics section at Bagram. Swinson returned to McConnell and retired in 2013, having completed 22 years of service to his country.
It went kind of quick, actually. It was basically a roller coaster. I had a good time. I wouldn't want to do anything else because I ended up enjoying it, and I love my country and proud to be a veteran.
Swinson has worked as a firearms instructor and an armored truck driver. He's currently an employee at the Bob Dole VA Medical Center, where he drives veterans to and from their medical appointments. Here for you, Jason Lamb, KSN News 3.
On behalf of Devon James Injury Lawyers, we're honored to recognize this week's veteran who served our country in the United States Air Force, Master Sergeant Dave Swinson. Master Sergeant Swinson, thank you so much for your service, sir.
Thank you.
Veteran Salute is sponsored by the Devon James Injury Lawyers.